Want to watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months. This may go down as one of the most infamous moves in Chargers history. Breaking news, Bull fam. The Los Angeles Chargers have just traded away Keenan Allen to the Chicago Bears in one of the most shocking, upsetting, blindsiding moves I've ever seen. Joe Ortiz has completely hit the reset button on the Chargers. And Keenan Allen is a Los Angeles Charger no more. This literally just happened, guys. I ran down to my studio. We have to talk about this. I'm still in just so much shock right now, man. I don't even know what to say. Yes, there's implications. We got to talk about the wide receiver room. We got to talk about the money. We got to talk about the other things going on with Bosa and Mack and all this stuff. But Keenan Allen is gone. Now a member of the Chicago Bears. I'm shocked. I'm in complete and utter shock. We're gonna be as raw as we can in tonight's video, guys, because this is completely out of left field. Before we do get started, shout out to the sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Still got to pay the bills. Use code Director to match your first deposit up to $100. Get in on the action. Help out the channel. Newcomers, check out this special. Before we do kick off, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this Chargers content. Small amount of time you guys take to the like, sub, and bell notification. Helps me out a lot. Let's get into it. Lights, camera, action. Breaking news in one of the most shocking developments of the offseason. The Los Angeles Chargers have traded away Keenan Allen to the Chicago Bears in exchange for a 4th-round pick. I'm offended at the return. I get it. He's older. It makes sense. It really does make sense, but I don't know if I do this. I get it. It's for the money. We had to move the money off the books, apparently. I guess we weren't able to extend him. The talks just fell apart, man. I was reading up on the situation just before going live. It seems that Keenan Allen was approached with the option of taking a pay cut today, and he declined. And this led the Chargers to trading him to the Chicago Bears. There had to have been talks going on back and forth for a little bit now. I'm in shock. I'm in absolute shock. I gotta check Twitter real quick here, guys, just to make sure that we're not missing anything. The Chiefs just signed Hollywood Brown. This is getting just so much worse. First off, I gotta say this, man, before we move any further into the video. I'm going to miss the crap out of Keenan Allen, man. I honestly cannot believe Keenan Allen is not going to be with the Los Angeles Chargers this season. One of the last standing San Diego Chargers is now leaving the building to pursue or to continue his career in Chicago. I don't even know what to say, Bolt fam. My immediate knee-jerk reaction is to get upset at Joe Ortiz a little bit. I understand tough decisions have to be made, but this was a pretty big one concerning your fan base, man. Keenan is going to forever be one of the best Chargers of all time. He was getting so close to being the leading receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers franchise, breaking all kinds of franchise records already. This one cuts pretty deep, man. I remember Antonio Gates I remember Phillip Rivers. This is kind of up there for me, man. This is hard. This is really tough. Maybe I should have waited to do this video tomorrow. I don't know. I honestly am having a hard time processing my emotions behind this. It's a football decision. It's a business decision. I get it. But my God, am I going to miss Keenan Allen, dude? This is such a weird feeling. We're not going to have Mike Williams. We already knew this. We were prepared for that. But I don't know if any way, shape, or form I was prepared to lose Keenan Allen as well. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I'm going to miss you, Keenan. Truly. Truly, I'm going to miss you. You and Mike Williams carry for me some of the most insane plays in my time as a Chargers fan, as a football fan. Never going to forget you. Thank you for everything you gave San Diego and Los Angeles, the fans. We love the crap out of you and Big Mike, and we're going to miss you guys tremendously. This is unreal development today, man. Okay. First off, the Chargers, let's take a step back here for a second. Try to put emotion aside. The Chargers got a 4th-round pick back. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do this live right now. NFL draft pick value charts. We're going to go and take a look and see what this pick is for the Bears, what its value is worth, etc., etc. I don't know, man. 4th round. Chicago, it's likely pick, what, 110, unless they have another one here. They have 2. They have 2 4th-round picks. It could be that, or it could be pick number 122. We're in and around the range of 50 to 72. Excuse me, 50 to 74 points up on the draft this year. And don't get me wrong, this is a great year to stack on picks. The Chargers needed relief so badly. This draft is so ridiculously stacked, especially at receiver. An extra 4th rounder really gives you a lot of leeway as to drafting maybe other positions other than wide receiver because you drafted him higher. I have to imagine at this point, guys, Malik Neighbors' season, maybe even Marvin Harrison, depending how things shake out, the Chargers are taking a receiver at 5. It's done. Like, it's decided. We're either taking Marvin Harrison if he's there, Malik Neighbors, and if he's not there, Rome Odunze is all of a sudden very much so on the table. A lot of people are saying, oh, Rome Odunze is a little bit redundant. We got the guy, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, etc., etc. He's firmly back on the table. I should say firmly on the table for me now, as our wide receiver room looks so much different. I should have grabbed a photo of this. I'm actually going to grab it real quick. Chargers went from Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, down to Quentin Johnston, Josh Palmer. Actually, we'll go back to a good old days photo right here, man. Quentin Johnston, Josh Palmer, Darius Davis. Is that correct? Chargers wide receiver room is going to look completely different this upcoming season, and the need at that position just skyrocketed. Now, luckily, yes, we're going into a draft that's completely loaded at the position. We're going to draft a wide receiver, maybe even 2. Maybe even 2. I would be very happy with a 1st rounder, and then, yes, you can use that 4th rounder and still pick up a decent talent. There's guys down there that surely could fill in a wide receiver 3 role if necessary. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Okay? But more than likely, if I were a betting man and I had to say, the Chargers gun to my head, who are they going to be selecting with the 5th pick in April? It's going to be Malik Neighbors, who's going to have to step in. Whoever steps in, Neighbors, Odunze, Harrison, they're going to have a huge load to carry as they're likely going to be Justin Herbert's number 1 receiver in his career. And it's very important that we get it right in the draft now. And maybe even get aggressive in the draft. If we feel that we're not going to have a receiver available, we are. We're going to see 2 or 3 quarterbacks go before the Chargers. Absolutely. The receiver just skyrocketed up to the number 1 need on this team. And especially when you're trying to come even close to replicating the kind of talent that Keenan Allen brought to the table. The safety valve, the third down converter, the slayer. The guy did it all. Outside of, go routes and deep ball, kind of skills. It was, which he had in terms of route running, just not the speed. He was most well-rounded wide receiver I've seen in a long time. One of the best. He'll go down as one of the best ever. And it's truly going to be a much different feeling in Los Angeles next season. Let's keep things moving, man. This is a very, very shocking move considering what happened earlier today. I don't know if you guys have been following. I put out a video earlier talking about Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack getting restructured, the possibilities of them staying. A couple hours later, it came out that in those restructures, instead of what we thought was going to be void years added to their contracts, it turns out that Bosa and Mack both agreed to taking pay cuts. Both. Which is shocking. I know a lot of people... Oh, Joey Bosa, a massive apology. This dude's a team player. That's one of the biggest things that you can do as a football player is put aside the money to support your team. And sure, there's likely other factors in play here. Maybe there's more risk about him being a free agent, getting the same kind of money, whatever the case may be. He agreed to it. It feels like something that him and Khalil Mack did together. These guys both agreed to a pay cut so they could stay and run it back in L.A. And the shocking thing about this whole situation that I'm sure is going to be hard for everybody to wrap their minds around is that the only person that didn't agree to it was Keenan. It breaks my freaking heart, man. I get it. It's a business. Keenan's older, man. So is Khalil, but Keenan's older. He's got to make the money while he can. And he's going to get it from the Bears. But geez, I would have loved to see this unit run it back this year. The money situation. Everybody's going to be asking me about this. I'm already getting tons of questions about this. What are the Chargers looking like in terms of cap savings? Well, remember, Keenan Allen had a huge number next to his name. And I told you guys, no way the Chargers are paying this. And we all just kind of assumed that the Chargers were going to extend him, that we're going to find a way to spread that money over the next couple of seasons. As I want him to retire a Charger. I want him to be here until age 34, 35. And I feel like he could play in the slot very well up until then. Instead, the Chargers, it looks like they had to trade him, which is going to incur another $11.6 million in dead cap, but frees up, again, a huge, massive number of $23 million. The Chargers are players in free agency now, man. Big time. Off the top of my head, Hollywood Brown with the number one free agent wide receiver on my book. He's now a Chief. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to have to do some more research as to some of the free agents the Chargers can continue to target now that they have some money. But here's kind of an updated look at this. Daniel Popper put out a spreadsheet earlier today kind of talking about the available space for the Chargers now with the Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa restructure / pay cut, giving the Chargers $15 million in cap space. An additional $23 million is going to put him at what, $38 million. It's going to be one of the middle to upper echelons in cap space for this season, and the Chargers can basically get whoever they want now. We can pick up whoever we want. We got the money. Came at a big cost, but we got the money. I'll be looking into that, man. I'll be looking into that, into what the Chargers can now do now that they do have a whole bunch of money to spend. I don't know, man. I was feeling pretty optimistic when the Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack details came out. The Keenan Allen details are very hard to swallow. But it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. And Chargers fans, I know this is going to be very tough. And I know, honestly, my first knee-jerk reaction was to get mad at Joe Ortiz. I understand the emotion and frustration there. And I don't want to, scapegoat anybody. I don't want to say, be mad at this person or that person. But quite honestly, and if we're being truthful, this is partly Keenan Allen's decision. Right? And he shouldn't be required to take a pay cut, but it is part of his decision to say, you know what, I'm seeing Joey do it, I'm seeing Khalil do it, I'm not going to do it. Partly his decision. A lot of this table was already set by Tom Telesco. These contracts were way too massive. The bottom was going to drop out at some point. We all thought it was going to be Khalil Mack. We all thought it was going to be Joey Bosa. Turns out it was Keenan Allen all along and Mike Williams. And it's going to be a tough one, tough transition. We have a lot of conversations we're going to need to have in the next couple of days, next week or so. My next mock draft certainly got a little bit more complicated, more so or less so. I mean, yeah, Malik Neighbors is an easy decision, but now you're going to start thinking about depth at wide receiver as well. In the later rounds, that 4th round pick may just turn around and be another wide receiver. Talent's there, depth's there. Good year to need wide receiver, honestly, but it's really tough. Just really, really tough to process all of this. So you guys in the comment section below, let me know some of your thoughts on this. It really is one of the most dramatic things I've seen with this team. And we knew something was going to happen. I don't know if any of us were prepared for this. So let me know in the comment section what you guys feel, what you guys think. Are you as devastated as me, less devastated? Are you confident in Malik Neighbors or one of those guys carrying us in the future at receiver? Luckily, the talent this year is very abundant. And if anything, Justin Herbert elevating some rookies should really keep us firmly in contention as one of the more dangerous passing offenses in the league. But the introduction of the run game is certainly going to be way more important now than it was even half an hour ago. So also share with me in the comment section below some of your favorite moments of Keenan Allen. Certainly going to be a tough one to get over after all these years, but it is what it is, man. We're going to miss you, Keenan. Thank you, Slayer, for everything you've done for this team, for this fan base. I'm certainly going to miss you. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director. Breaking news. We'll be back. We'll take a fresh look at this. Hell, I'm probably going to get on and do a franchise rebuild of the Chargers with this new development firmly in place, trading him to the Bears and seeing what we can do at wide receiver in the draft. Lots of research to do. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. If you did enjoy this content, we'll catch you next time. And as always, bolt up, stay frosty. Keenan Allen, forever a San Diego Charger. We love you, man.